Hi, it's Mike Bellevue. I'm back here in the shop. It's kind of a rainy day outside, and unfortunately I've got so many shop projects going on I'm almost losing track of what I'm working on, but I did want to show you this one today. This will be a fairly easy one. You might have seen the video a couple of weeks ago where I had my 1974 era Colt Cobra just out at the range for a little bit. It was a mental health day at the range. So I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, but I should have, that I did not like the grips on here. And it's not that I don't like them. These are excellent Pachmayr grips, and they're extremely comfortable for shooting, but they're kind of long for concealed carry. Now, there are some nice compact Pachmayr grips, which I may eventually put on this. But in the meantime, I'm going to put some wood grips on. And I'm actually going to rework some wood grips to go on and make a better pocket carry gun out of this. So let me just show you that process right now. I kind of decided to go with wood grips here on the Cobra. And I'm going to tell you, as much as I love these are the Secret Agent grips from Eagle Grips, and I've got them on my end-frame night guard, and this happens to be my go-to self-defense gun for the house. This is the gun that I pick up in the middle of the night if the dogs start barking. I've got to check things out. And these grips are just phenomenal. Very comfortable, very controllable, just great. Now, the problem is these grips cost $130. And I just didn't happen to want to spend that right out of the box on this. So I came up with another solution. The issue of these Pachmayr grips, I'll try to show you here, is that they extend a full inch below the bottom of the grip frame. Okay, so I got a grip that basically is like this. And that just takes up too much room for pocket carry. So instead of spending $130 on these Secret Agent grips, good as they are, what I did is I went on Amazon and I spent $35 on these made in Asia, some kind of hardwood grips. Now, these grips have exactly the same problem as the Pachmayr grips, which is they extend a full inch below the bottom of the grip. Now, they're very comfortable. In fact, just like the Pachmayr grips, they give you an excellent hold and they're a good shooting grip, but they're not a good concealed carry grip as they are. So we're going to work on that right now. Okay, so I took a French curve, a pencil, and I set out a new bottom line for my grip. And I'm going to take a coping saw and I'm going to cut that out. Alright, so things are a little tight in here, but I'm going to try to take care of this. I'm going to cut outside of the line and then file my way down to it. Now I'm going to use a wood rasp to bring it the rest of the way down. Alright, so we're about 99% of where I want it. We'll use sandpaper to get it the rest of the way. And this is going to be a very comfortable snub-nose revolver grip. Okay, I've cut it off. I've rasped everything even. And I am quite pleased with the grip. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to strip all the finish off and I'm going to sand it down. I want a somewhat thinner contour on it. Okay, I'm going to use a scraper now to remove the finish. Just make sure I get it all off and then we can start sanding. Alright, now that I've stripped it, I'm sanding it down, and the best way to sand it down is with the grips on the gun, which of course is kind of dangerous, and that's why I've covered the whole gun with duct tape so that I won't have any oopsies. Okay, I think I've got the shape and the contour the way I want. We've taken a fair amount off of the bottom of the grip. It's a much more compact grip now. So I think it'll be just fine. So I'm going to take these off now and I'm going to stain them because I don't like the kind of the orangey yellow color of whatever that Asian hardwood is. So Going to get that off. I'm going to stain it a darker color. Okay, I'm going to stain these with James Klein's reddish brown stain. I've used this on a number of guns. I think it gives a very attractive color, so we'll see how it does with this funky Asian wood here. Alright, let that take the stain. I think this will give it a slightly richer color. Just let that absorb for a while. And we'll see what it looks like. Well, I think that is going to be a very attractive color. I'm going to let it dry for a couple hours, and then I'll be able to put some finish on it, and we'll be well on our way to being done. Well, I'm finishing the grips with hand rub applications of Minwax tongue oil. This gives a good finish, but it won't be glossy. So I just put a little on my hands. Rub it in. These first coats, the wood absorbs a lot, so I put it on fairly heavily, and I'll do this a couple of times a day for the first couple of days. Let it all soak in and seal good, and after that I'll do a couple more days just putting a drop on and really spreading it and hand rubbing it. But this will give it a nice finish. Okay, I've got the pores filled now, and we're going to be applying what's really the finishing coats, which are very, very thin coats of oil. So I'm just going to put oil on my fingertip and rub it in. Just a fingertip full of oil. And I'm just going to get that. And let them dry. And do grip number 2. Right, just a fingertip full. That's all you need. You don't need to drown it. You want to stretch it. And we're going to do that every day for a couple of days, maybe 3, 4, and build up a good coat on there. Okay, we've got the last coat of finish on, and as you can see, I think we're looking pretty good. So we've got a very effective short grip. All right. Now, I'm not going to claim that it is every bit as nice as the $125 Eagle grip, but this started off as a $35 grip with just a little bit of elbow grease, and I don't think it's $100 worse than the Eagle grip. It's actually pretty nice. And let me just compare it to what we had before. Alright, so it's very comparable to the pocket presence of this Taurus J-frame clone, right, which is a big improvement over what we had before. Alright, so for pocket carry, it's a pretty good combination. It works very well in my pocket carry holster. This typically I'll use a snub-nose revolver when I'm wearing cargo shorts and a tucked-in t-shirt, and I'll put this right in the front cargo pocket on the right side, and that gives me a very easy draw, right? And definitely keeps them out of sight. So we've got about the same profile as this J-frame gun that I've carried for years, but it's got one round more, and more is better. So I'm going to do a full-blown video on the Colt Cobra, and this of course is a second model Cobra in the future, but we'll just wrap this one up here with a much more effective set of stocks for pocket carry, and good looking too. Well, that wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I wish that you'd consider subscribing. We'd love to have you on board, and that way you won't miss a thing. And if you are a subscriber to the channel and you want to support it, you can do that via Patreon. And it's a big help to us, and we're very appreciative to it. But believe me, if you can't do it, it's perfectly all right too. I'm just happy to have you come here and watch the videos and just be a part of the community. So that's about what we got going. Now, the last thing is, if you like this kind of content, drop into MikeBellevue.com, my website, and you'll find all sorts of additional content that you can't get on YouTube. You'll find my blogs, you'll find archives of my 30 years of magazine articles, photo galleries. You'll find the videos, and I'm organizing them by playlists. So if you want to just look at cap and ball revolvers, or if you want to look at flintlock rifles, or whatever, you can go right to those playlists and see everything in that subject. So it's a great website. Drop in. And the last little announcement is, if you look at the bottom of the description block of the video, or it might be over to the right side, depending on the platform you're on, whether you're on a computer or you're on your phone, you'll see that we're now linked up in YouTube with my Teespring merchandise store. So you can shop for t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot that has the Duelist Den logo on it right here from your YouTube videos. So please check that out as well. And I will see you next week.